Ladies, gentlemen, and baseheads of the world, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Go ahead, let's start this thing off.
Big Jeff Audio.
Je ne sais quoi.
Big Jeff Audio.
Je ne sais quoi.
Big Jeff Audio.
All right, we're here, podcast number 3. I'm so excited. I don't think everybody understands doing the whole business 7 days almost. My guys working 5 days to put this together and make it happen each week is rough, but we've been doing it. We keep making changes, and we keep bringing on all different types of people from the industry and even outside the industry. And I'm happy to say tonight, one of the let's see, when I first started, we kept asking, oh, you got alternators, and I think DS18 was making some back then, and they just stopped, and I never wanted to get into it, because it's like, how am I going to have an alternator for every car? But as our website grew, so did the base heads and everything else, and man, I just kept seeing everything Mechman this, Mechman that, different colors, different shapes. I was like, we got to get with them, and tonight we have Matt Young, who's the CEO, and Tony Bolton, who takes care of the social media of Mechman Alternators, which is going to be huge. I'm going to tell you what, haven't had a product go bad, come bad, look bad. I mean, this has been right on point, and they've said what they've done. So I'm excited to have them on here. I want to learn a little bit about alternators. I'm sure you do too. And we got Calvin from ILL Customz. Now, for all you out there that are buying any kind of metal, aluminum, or whatever, reducers, bus bars, I mean, anything in your install to connect power, this is where it's at. We were using a company before. I'm not even going to bring it up, but it was just getting harder and harder communication wise, and the product didn't seem as nice. And I got introduced to Cal, and man, stuff came in super shiny, boxed up, looking nice. And I'll tell you what, best decision we ever made. So we got them on tonight. Don't forget, tonight at the end, always, we have our 12K giveaway, and this was a big one. We're giving away a full Black Diamond audio setup, 4 6s, a 4-channel, 2 12s, a bass amp, full setup, head to toe. We're over 13,000 now, but I might get a break. I know I said every 1,000 subscribers. There you go. Every 1,000 subscribers, we'd be giving away another YouTube giveaway, and we're over 13, slow down a little bit. So it's up to you to keep sharing, liking, and everything else, because every 1,000 I'll do another giveaway. So we do have 13 coming up. That'll be Sunday, 6 p.m., but we're announcing the winner for 12, and it's up to you by Sunday if we can get another, I don't know, 400 subscribers. Okay, what else we got going on? Kicker, Solo X's. Just want to remind everybody, we just got pallets of them in. They came in, flew out, We are not allowed, no kicker is allowed dealer to sell it on their website. Living Loud, and you know what? Thank you. You know what? I think Living Loud Andy is probably the first one to do a chat like that and give some money. I appreciate it. We're not here to do that, but I appreciate it. And we're actually going to be having Andy on here in another, I think, 2 weeks. I'll double check the date. But Solo X has been nonstop. You cannot buy them on a website. I don't understand it. You can call us directly. We could take care of you directly. You can come in and pick them up, but we cannot have them on the website. So if you go there, it shows out of stock. But as you can see some pictures from yesterday, day before, I have pallets of them. So check us out, 737 Big Jeff. Memorial Day, I get a Monday off. I am not working this Monday. We're going to be doing 10% off on most major brands. And then we're doing some closeout stuff on Jensen, Boss, and Planet Audio, 15% off. That will start tomorrow, so take advantage of it. Real cool. Tonight, like every time you guys come out, you expect Big Jeff to give out giveaways. We are, and I want to just announce this. We have two really cool items. One of them is from Def Bonds. It is a brand new amp, not even out. Nope, wrong one. Oh, it's the both on there. Okay, go ahead. Put it back up, Ben. Okay. This is the, let me get it right, Machete Fight. It's the MFA 2.420. They're not even out. I call him the Russian, but he was nice enough to send us one, basically, and not a prototype. It's already approved. It's in production. He sent it to us, said, hey, give it out. So that is awesome. So whoever wins that tonight will be the first one, United States, America, probably the world, that has this amp. First one. So you're going to win that tonight. And we'll probably have Mechman give that away, which will be cool. And then second, everybody knows we're the one that launched Mart's Digital. We got that call from Brazil. Needed somebody to go hit the ground running, and we did. We did it so well that stock totally disappeared. They set up multiple distributors over it. So again, they dropped off a new line, Mart's Digital, and it is the premium line. So it's the MP 3500. Ben, show that back up again. They're not even out. They're in production right now and be coming over. They're going to be 3,500 watts, 7,000, 10,000, all the way up. These are premium. They have lights on the front. I mean, these amps are really nice. They're telling me that even though it says 3,500, it's doing over 45. We will get these things dynoed. But again, whoever gets this tonight will have the first one in the United States. Probably, I don't even think they have them in Brazil right now because they brought this directly from there when they came and visited. So that's going to be huge. So we got those giveaways. And what you need to do for the first giveaway is start commenting now, just one time. We're just going to pick it out. The word fight, F-I-G-H-T. And when we pick it, it'll be a computer randomly picking it. F-I-G-H-T. Excuse me. I think I just burped, but did y'all hear that? Okay. Listen, I am, let's bring everybody on real quick. I just want to introduce everybody and then we'll kick them back off. Can my guys bring them up? Matt Young from Mechman. You're the man in charge, right? You're the Big Jeff there.
Currently, yes.
Currently, okay. Tony, and your social media, and what else do you do there? Okay, probably having some technical
troubleshoot, tech, new products, basically take the trash out, whatever.
You know what? That's what we got to do sometimes to build a company. And it's the first time me meeting these guys in person, actually, so I'm excited. Cal Olson from ILL Customz. We're going to call you the Presidente.
I do it all.
Okay, so that's what we got to do when we start out. All right, so Cal, we're going to kick you off. We're going to leave the guys on, and we're going to get back to you in a little bit. How's that?
Sweet. Sounds good. Thanks, Jeff.
Mechman, guys, we usually start off with a little clip, and we got this about you. Ben, you want to run the clip?
What sets Mechman apart from our competition? Our history. Mechman Alternators started out in 1978 in a small shop in Southern California. Since then, Mechman has grown to be one of the forefront high-output alternator manufacturers in the world, providing OEM and aftermarket customers alike. Today, all of our alternators are hand-built and inspected by our staff at our facility in Knoxville, Tennessee. Our craftsmanship. Our proprietary billet aluminum housings allow the fitment of superior six-phase alternator technology on vehicle applications that originally came with inferior three-phase technology. Mechman alternators have been used on some of the highest performance industrial and marine applications on the planet. Our enthusiasm. The team at Mechman includes professionals from across the automotive and marine industries, with staff specializing in high-end car audio, road race, drag race, and off-road applications. We use what we sell. Our reliability. All Mechman alternators undergo a 3-stage certified hand inspection prior to being safely boxed with injection foam packaging. Every alternator we sell is also put through a rigorous real-world dyno test procedure to ensure a fully functional unit is delivered to you each and every time. Unlike most of our competitors, we have a full staff of phone technicians on site who are prepared to respond to your phone call or email. And best of all, we keep most of our popular part numbers on the shelf, ready to ship when you need them. And finally, our commitment. Mechman Alternators are backed by a 2-year guarantee to secure your peace of mind. Should you have a problem with any Mechman alternator inside the 2-year warranty period, you can send it back to us for repair at no cost. Mechman Alternators. When it comes to high output alternators, there is no competition.
That's why we buy Mechman. You know, when I saw that video, man, you know, I told my guys we got to do something like that, because that kind of put it all together in one. I mean, it told the story. It shows, you know, before, now, and even later. So that was incredible. How did you two meet?
Tony and I?
Yeah.
We met, well, you know, we saw each other in this smoke-filled bar room, and his eyes glimmered, and, you know.
The vapors. The vapors.
No, we actually like used to race in Mexico, and also hung out, you know, off-roading, you know, Jeeps, you know, doing a lot of off-road stuff. Known Tony, I've known you 18 years? Streetcar forums days,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
About
18, 20 years, something like that.
Come put together. When did Mechman become a company?
Well, Mechman's been a company since '78.
Wow.
Dennis Moore started it. He was my mentor, and it was purchased by another company, and I was working for that company, and they put me in charge of growing that segment of it, you know, the Mechman segment of it or whatever. So we started off with 2 employees.
Right.
And, yeah, now we have 26.
So when did it start to get into be possibly a car audio item?
Oh, Dennis had been doing that for decades.
Right.
You know, back in the day, you know, he'd put things have progressed quite a bit, but back in the day, you know, he'd put a 180 amp or 240 amp alternator in place of a 65 amp alternator, you know, where I'm talking, you know, 80s, early 90s, you know, type stuff.
And I mean, has the market changed a lot over the years, or?
Everyone wants more. Everyone's just more, bigger, better, faster, harder, stronger. You know, I mean, you know, back in the day our hearse had 80,000 watts in it. Yeah, you know, to talk to someone, you know, in 1993 and be like, yeah, I have 80,000 watts of RMS amplifier power.
I think this is a great question. What does a Mechman alternator provide a car audio build that stock alternator can't?
Well, significantly more amperage. And depending on how you order it, you can also depending on the vehicle, you can order it with increased voltage. You know, we have a couple products that will bump the voltage up slightly. And now the big thing nowadays is lithium batteries.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of different lithium chemistry cells that people are using and building at home or buying commercially or whatever. And they all have.
That's what we're doing in the Yukon, and that was brought to my attention. If we're going to do all the excess power lithiums, we need to get the voltage up. So, you actually have plugs, right? That plug in the top and can adjust the voltage, right?
Yeah. Depending on the application, we have plugs. We also have pulse width modulation manipulation devices that can work with a PCM controlled. Later model vehicles, the engine computer, you know, communicates with the regulator and the alternator, and Tony's actually the forefront man on that. You know, we've actually developed some products that will communicate more or less with the computer or bypass the computer's signal going to the regulator to get you the voltage that you need for modern lithium battery packs.
So is this just for our big vehicles? They got a person here, Sean Neal, saying, do you have anything for a 2009 Honda Civic? I mean, are you guys what do you think percentage of the vehicles you actually have an application for?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we have about 700 part numbers. It's about 700 SKUs. What we've learned is like the people that are going big most of the time are in a GM or Ford or Dodge full size truck or SUV. So we have products for that. We don't have any products for we have alternators for Hondas, and you can custom order them with a standalone internal voltage regulator that'll get you. Hondas charge around 13.5 volts hot typically. You can custom order it with an internal voltage regulator at no additional cost, and it'll get you more in the 14.5 range. And if you do that, you can use our plug-in GM voltage boost modules, which are like, what are they, $39 or something like that, Tony?
Yeah, you can get the typical, like the C-Max stuff is, I think it's 29 bucks, I think, and it's plug and play.
Yeah,
Right.
you plug it in there, it bumps the voltage up about a volt or so.
Now, I know
we have options.
the first thing, when we jumped on board with you, it was also ordering the alternators for the Yukon. We did 3 of them, and what grabbed my eye was that we could get it with that fire engine red. I think it's called Ford red, which matches my brand, my logo, everything perfect. Do you guys do that in house, or is that sent out, the powder coating?
We do it in house.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we have 32 colors.
Yeah. So you do everything. You're bringing all the parts in. You're putting it together there. You're testing it there. And is that correct in the video? Every single unit is tested before it leaves there.
Oh, of course. Yeah,
wow.
you can't.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can't risk. You can't, because there are occasionally you'll get a bad regulator or this or that or whatever, or a stator short or something like that. It doesn't make sense for us to not test it before we ship it. It's
right. And not even that, you're packing it, which I've seen it, right? So when you get that customer that says, oh, it didn't work out of the box, what do you say? Yeah, right. I mean,
we have a more polite.
No, you have to be nice.
Right. Don't get me wrong, but how many times, I can't tell you how many times in 5 years I've had, it came with a hole in it around the surround, around where the screw goes, and it came that way, right?
Oh yeah, it came that way.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
we're on the same page with that.
Yeah. So the defect rate is pretty much nothing, because you guys are putting this together, you're testing it, you're packaging it. I mean, with that expandifoam. So I mean, this thing is getting there like a brick shit house. So that's quality. I know when we were picking out, especially at this time. Say again. He's cutting it out. All right. I know at this time.
I just said it's FedEx proof when we're done.
100%. Yeah, it's not fragile, means kick me. I know in this stage of the game, any brand I bring in, I have to be picky, right? There's a bunch of alternator companies out there. We get hit up now weekly by manufacturers trying to either get distribution or online sales. And the one thing, when I was looking into Mechman, I couldn't find anything wrong. I couldn't find anybody upset. I couldn't find any issues, right? And I'm sure there's stuff that goes on behind the scenes, but overall, an incredible company. I mean, has it ran like that for a long time, or is it trial and error? Or
about I would say probably the last. So I took over 100% in 2011, early 2011. But I mean, we just have the mentality: if someone has a problem, you just fix it. It doesn't happen a lot, but it will happen sometimes. I mean, that's reality. There will be some failure rate. And honestly, the majority of it is, without sounding obtuse, people people don't read the instructions, and they, they do things they don't need to do, and don't do things that they need to do.
Right. And what do you guys have coming up? I'm guessing there's things in the works. What's new for Mechman? What's coming up for Mechman?
Oh, a lot.
Billet.
Yeah, we're doing a new billet series for a host of Ford applications. 2.7, 3.5, 3.7, 5.0 liter Coyote V8 Mustang, 6.7 liter Ford diesel. We're offering a billet. We're in the process of developing a billet unit for that. We have a whole bunch of Nissan. We have 3 different Nissan SKUs that will all be billet housings that will cover probably 80% of the Nissans produced in the last 20 years or so. Multiple.
This isn't just car audio. I mean, we had a record company call us to get an upgrade alternator. I mean, this is for multiple applications. I mean, you don't even have to have a big stereo to say, hey, I want a little more amperage. I want to get rid of the dimming of the lights and everything else. So, and for the cost, you're talking, that $500-$600 range. It's really, when you're buying batteries, right? That's why I tell people when they say, what do I need to do next? I'm like, well, if you're going to add batteries, you need to change the alternator. I mean, they just go hand in hand. You have to feed the batteries. You can't just put them in there and expect that little factory alternator to do its job, right? It's going to wear down. It's going to burn up. So you got to do it. And for the price, I think that's a easy upgrade. Darren Todd says, how about the 7.3? I'm guessing you'll know what that means.
We just, I assume he means 7.3 liter Power Stroke. We literally just released a billet housing for that last week. So,
nice.
Yeah. So we can go
Well,
up
it's
to
not
400.
It's not really released. It's kind of teased. It's in the website. You just can't see it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So
they're actually, they've been machined. They're currently at the anodizer right now, getting hard black anodized. Then they'll go back to our machine shop here in Knoxville, Tennessee, and they'll be laser the second machining process. You have to machine the inside so that it grounds through the stator, blah, 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 a bunch of technical crap, whatever. Then they go to Steve Mead to get laser engraved.
Right. So you guys work with Steve. Steve's a great guy, man. I'm we sell a lot of his product, and I tell him all the time, I know how busy I am. I can't imagine how busy he is, and he still finds time to do stuff because that guy is always on some kind of project.
Well, he wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right. Yeah.
Every day.
He's doing it. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a giveaway, right? We have that we're doing the Def Bounce Machete Fight 2.420 giveaway time. I'm gonna use my sound effects. Giveaway time. And normally Anthony's doing all this for me, but he's not here. My Anthony. Okay, so we have 22 entries. We're gonna hit the draw button when it pops up. Matt or Tony, if you want to call out the winner, more than welcome to. Let's go ahead and see who is the winner for the Fight amp.
Go for it, Matt.
Winner.
Look, Thomas Cameron, I suppose.
Thomas Cameron, you are the winner.
Woo! Internet famous.
We are, let me get the, hold on, I got to get the, man, I lost it here cheering. You're literally the only person with this amp. Make sure you contact 737 Big Jeff, and my team will get you set up. Everybody, if you're looking for a Mechman alternator, we have a good amount on our site. If there's something particular you need, we'll throw it right in on our order. I know we've been ordering almost every other week with them. So we got a pretty good inventory, and we're going to keep growing it. Listen, if you guys can stick around, I'm going to bring on Cal, and then at the end, we kind of all get together and shoot the shit and do this 12K giveaway. I appreciate you guys coming on this first time meeting. I think we just started doing business just a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so, maybe, if that.
Yep.
So this is really cool. This is what the podcast is about. You guys asked earlier what's going to happen. A lot of times we're so busy, just emails, and everybody's just an email or a text or even a call. People don't even know, or maybe never seen Tony or Matt. This is what the podcast is about for the everyday person, the manufacturers, networking, right? And to show a brand like this who builds it, tests it, ships everything in-house is incredible. So thank you for coming on, and we'll see you back here shortly.
Copy that. Are you guys going to be up at Slamology?
So I don't think so, man. I'll be honest with you. I went from sponsoring the race car and going all the way out to North Carolina, right? Because I had the full wrap and being there. Then we came back, and I forgot what I did then. And then it turned into starting. Yep. And then we got Made of Steel, the podcast. Like, I haven't stopped, man. I haven't stopped. And then I know for sure the next one we're doing it full. will be in November. It's called Base Wars in Apaka, Orlando, basically. And we're going to have the Yukon done by the end of July. So we'll be there with the golf cart, my BMW, the Yukon. So, that'll be it. But I'm sure we'll get something in the middle. But not enough hours in the day, not enough days in the week. And, like Steve does, you just got to keep going through. But maybe
I've never been to Disney World. My old ladies give me a hard time about it. So maybe we'll be down there. See you down there in November. So
yeah, come on by for sure. All right, we'll bring you guys back on in a little bit. We're gonna be bringing Cal from ILL Customz. We got a little video break.
Cool.
New product, ILL Customz. Cal's been great. We brought in new bus bars, reducers. Just a ton of product. Basically anything aluminum or alloy, come very nice, polished. You can find out on our website under brands, ILL Customz. But everything you need for basically distribution for dual aught in to 1 or dual 4 gauge, even I think dual 8. And then we have some new bus bars for the excess power cells. So check that out. That's something fairly new that's taken off crazy right now. So that's really cool. Cal.
What's up, Jeff?
Like it's new. I haven't got to really formally meet you. I want to say it was Sean Mayo that reached out. I was having some issues where we're buying from, and we were going through a ton of product like we always do, and we're just getting harder and harder in problems. And he brought you up, and I'm like, hey, this is the perfect time. We kind of own the cell market with the lungs, and you got to sell bus bars with it and everything else. So, it was awesome meeting you. And I remember the first order, first thing caught my eye, how shiny everything was. Right, it was just like a mirror. The time involved in the polishing. I'm sure you can cut cost by not having it that way, but that just shows the type of product you want. And then I noticed, and I'm not gonna say every single piece because I think you're going through some change, but it came in boxes, right? Which is unheard of, because the problem is you ship that stuff and it gets scratched or whatever.
Yeah.
We have to do extra work. So I know the feedback was awesome from the customers about it, that they got a nice shiny product boxed up, and that's what really stuck out. Let me ask you this. Where did you start? Where did you get the idea? I mean, give us from the beginning. How did ILL Customz come about?
So started off probably in about 2014 or 2013. I was working at my dad's machine shop. I was running these things called screw machines, and I'm just all full of oil from head to toe, soaked in oil every day. And these things were just absolutely awful. But I gained some manufacturing experience, and I was looking at a website of one of the bigger companies at the time, and I saw something I'd never seen before, which was bus bars for Group 31 batteries, and these were made by Toolmaker at the time, who was just the big player. It was Project DB and Toolmaker. That's what everyone was running. And I saw these things, and I was like, those are cool. These are freaking awesome. And I saw the price, and I was like, oh my God. I turned to my dad, who was talking to me at the machine at the time, and I showed him this picture of these bus bars. I was like, hey, could we make these for less? And I remember, like yesterday, he said, well, we can try. And kind of just happened from there.
And how long ago was that?
That was 2013. So that was 10 years ago now.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm guessing you picked a few items. You started to make them, right? You got to get the word out there, the whole process. When did it really take off? I mean, when did it become like, hey, this is a real business. We're making money. We're getting known. When was that?
So it was pretty slow for the first 5-ish, 6-ish years. The first couple of years, I didn't make any money. I lost money. Right. I was getting bad product from local machine shops that were just kind of screwing me over and not giving me quality, botching jobs. And I'd say things got really serious right when COVID hit. At the time, I was young, and I'm still young, but I was younger and more naive, and I had taken on all these high interest short-term loans to try to get new product in, and that was eating into my profits. And I mean, I just had a mountain of debt at COVID. There were so many times I almost just filed bankruptcy, honestly.
Right.
So I had this mountain of debt short term. I'm paying $20,000 in debt payments a month and losing my ass on everything. And COVID hit, and I'm sure people were spending money.
Right. Yeah. Overnight. I know it turned me into $1 million business a month.
Yep.
At that point, you're just trying to figure out how to get more, right?
I mean, I was able to consolidate all that debt into long-term loans, and then it just started printing. These people were spending money like crazy in COVID.
What? Here's a question: why polish the product? It says, why polish the product when other companies don't take the time?
So, I mean, we care. We could charge the same amount or more for a subpar product, but it's in the name, ill. Like we try to be special. Like when I first got into the industry, every product was belt sanded, right? So these were literally belt sanded. I'm sure you probably remember them. And I just wanted to make something nicer. I want people to be happy when they open it and be like, "Wow, this is cool."
I mean, besides the financial, have you encountered other issues that, took you to that point of saying I'm done?
Oh, absolutely. Starting the business, I started off US made. We were making it inside my dad's shop, switched to a couple other manufacturers. And at one point, I wasn't making enough money. I came into the market and undercut everyone, which was just a poor idea at the time because I was not even making it myself. And I was just hemorrhaging money. I decided to switch to Chinese made. And for the next 3-4 years, I just jumped from manufacturer to manufacturer. They all kept screwing me, botching jobs. Scamming me.
Right.
It was no.
The money's gone. It's gone.
It was no.
Oh, your drive down to China, and
you're not getting it back. Yeah, you're not getting it back. I remember I at one point I had $100,000 batch of product that was all bad.
Wow. What did you end up doing? Just try to get through it? Try to blow it out?
I took sandpaper and Scotch-Brite and sanded every single part by hand.
Oh wow. Saved
for
it, right?
thousands and thousands of parts. Just trying to salvage this stuff.
It says, how has the shift from AGM batteries to more lithium batteries changed your market?
So it's crazy, honestly. I recently started offering some other lithium cell busing, and these people are eating it up. Like Matt was talking about. People can't get enough of these lithium batteries. Before it was AGM, and you're running 6 or 8 or 10 AGMs to get maybe 10,000 watts in your vehicle, and now these are 100-pound or 80-pound batteries, and now you can get a battery this freaking big that'll support 10,000 watts. You can, or some people are making batteries that'll fit in the palm of your hand. I don't know if you've seen any of those.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So people need the hardware for it.
Yeah, right. I know. I was glad when we met because we pretty much buy up 90% of what excess power brings in on the cells. So you're talking thousands of cells. So one of our biggest thing in anything we do, when I started the company, was the combine things. So obviously I found the balancer, right? And the many as I needed to buy, I have to go direct to them overseas. And then you got the cells, so the people are going to buy them in 6 or 12 or more. And then obviously you want to have there's Sean jumping in.
I saw that.
They're 80-pound batteries. And then obviously you want to supply the bus bars, right? To connect it all. Because the only other way to do it is to make a bunch of wire and rings, and it's just a mess. So that was awesome to get your product, because right away I was like, man, this stuff looks so nice. And people, there's guys that throw together these demos that are just don't care what it looks like, but your average person is trying to wrap stuff, fiberglass stuff, make it look cool, light it up. So why not have some, bling, some shiny bling on there? So it was real cool. Well, we're gonna do another giveaway. So let me pull it up. Mart's Digital is a amp line that contacted me from Brazil, wanted to launch this new line of amps, and we ran with it, and it's been awesome. So they came out with a new product. It's called the MP series, which is Mart's Premium. This thing is pretty wicked. We got the first one here. They're in production. Should be over here on the water in about a month and a half, but we're going to give one away. So whoever gets this will be the first and only person in the United States with it. I'm told that 3,500 watts is not even the RMS. It's well over 4,000 RMS. So everybody wants to get in it. You got to last another minute. You need to comment right now the word Marts, MARTS. And then we got 21 entries so far. We'll go ahead once you tell them to pull the draw, and then we'll let you announce the winner if you want.
All right. You tell me to?
Yeah, tell them to go ahead and pull it. Draw.
All right, let's do it. Congrats. Lil Dam 101.
Okay, so make sure you contact 737 Big Jeff. That's 737-244-5333, and we will get you set up with that and some swag. We have what I'm gonna do, Cal. We're gonna run a video real quick. We were at Made of Steel, which was our first big show. We went to a couple small ones, but I learned a lot going there. I wanted to have a money booth, and I wanted to have all types of stuff. We brought the big generator, and I didn't bring the big 220 plugs, so we couldn't plug everything. Plus, it seemed like it was like 200 degrees out, so I had to keep the fans on because we went with over 20 of the employees. So 3/4 of the shop. You're welcome, buddy. I'm glad you won. So we went there, and I had my whole creative team going around doing interviews, taking video. We gave away, I don't know how much Big Jeff stuff. And we walked away with, we used the QR codes for everybody to scan, and then it brings up all our stuff. Over 500 scans, 146 Google reviews. It was pretty crazy. So we're definitely going to be getting into the show thing. But let's go ahead and play that video real quick you guys got. And then we'll all come back here in a minute.
You want to just tell us what you got going on? And
Team Def on, so I got 3 AKs, 3 220.4s, 180.4. Battery bank is 180 amp hour of EH5, powered by 3 350 smallies, running 6 3515s, 4 Sylvester 8s, 8 Sylvester 6.5, 8 Apocalypse tweeters, and 4 drivers. Sorry.
wow.
I've been dancing with the devil, God, can you save me? Every double dream of riding a brand new Mercedes. These niggas be caps.
I mean, what gets me is going to see that the guys dropped so much money. And then, I don't know if y'all noticed, like when he was reading off what he has, it was like a list. You know what I mean? I'm counting up all the money in my head of what he spent for that thing, not including the labor. But there was some crazy cars there. We get to a section now. We're doing the Car Audio 101. And one of the questions is, what is a stunt wall? Because if I didn't know, I sure knew after that day, because you can't even think when you're standing in front of those cars that are doing a stunt wall. So a stunt wall is a large structure typically consisting of multiple speakers, amplifiers, designed to produce extremely loud and high quality sound. And I'll tell you what, there was times I was driving around with the golf cart and I put my fingers in the ears, wasn't even doing it because it just smacks you in the face. You know what I mean? There's that much. But that's definitely a reason to get with Mechman. That's definitely a reason to get with Calvin ILL Customz because the amount of batteries and the power you need to run all that stuff is crazy. Cal, I'm going to put you on the spot here. One of our questions for our Car Audio 101, what is a reducer used for in car audio? So don't bomb out now.
So when you're trying to put a larger piece of wire into your amp that isn't supposed to go into your amp.
Okay. So obviously, I always explained it this way. There you go. You take a Slurpee, right? Everybody knows what a Slurpee is. And you try to use a coffee straw. You'll get some up, but you're going to have a headache and a half. And then you take a big Slurpee straw and it goes right up. So I always explain that when I was in retail. The more wire, the bigger the wire, the easier the electricity is to flow. And obviously smaller, you build up amperage, which is resistance and heat, and that's the death of everything. All right, I'm going to put you two on the spot here. We got a question here. What is the max RPM of a Mechman alternator with a standard size pulley?
Do you want to answer that,
Matt?
It
25K.
Well, the shaft speed, we rate the rotor shaft speed at 20,000 RPM. But so that's kind of a loaded question. It's kind of a trick question. It depends on the vehicle, the diameter of the crankshaft pulley on the engine. If you have a 7.5-inch crankshaft pulley on a GMC,
it all comes down to pulley ratio.
Yeah, you have to. It's a very simple calculation. You just divide the diameter of the crankshaft pulley by the diameter of the alternator pulley, and that'll give you your ratio. So, like for example, just a silly example, if you have a 6-inch diameter crankshaft pulley on the engine and a 2-inch diameter pulley on the alternator, 2 goes into 6 3 times, right? 6 divided by, so that's a 3-to-1 pulley ratio. So if the engine red lines at let's say 6,000 RPM or whatever, 6 times 3, and what is that? That's 18,000 RPM. So you'd be safe. Yeah, you'd be in the safe range. So we engineer each individual alternator application to. What are you laughing at? What are you doing,
Looks
Tony?
like he's got somebody off to the side.
I had a side deal going on over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got a question because we just got them on the standard pulleys you sell them with, all right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the RPM to get that? I wouldn't say max, but where does it need to be to get the majority of the power out of that alternator? So like in our Yukon with the standard pulleys, will we get that power out of it just idling?
Okay.
No.
Yeah, no alternator is going to do that. There's always a curve, based on RPM. So and there again, it totally depends. Like, so for let's say on your Yukon, you installed our 250 amp alternators. The power curve comes in much faster at low RPM than say a 400 amp or 370 amp or 320 amp or whatever. Each one has a different curve. The more power you get out of an alternator, the faster it has to be spun.
So I would have been better to get a lower amperage alternator if I went it idle.
Not necessarily. Our 400 amp units make about 200 to 220 amps at idle.
Right. So it equals out. Even a bigger one, you'll still get what a small one would get.
But you can't go it can't be a race car. We get a lot of folks from various places around the country that want that have like a 800 horsepower LS
twin turbo
deal in it.
I ran into a problem I didn't realize. Going lithium all the way, the car electronics aren't really made to run 16 volts or up there. So
they don't have to.
Right. Well, I'm just saying we were told that it could actually burn. Too much of it could actually burn up the factory modules and everything else. So we decided to put your 3 alternators plus the factory back in and run a normal AGM battery to run the electronics of the car, and then have your 3 Mechmans straight back to the lithium up front and the lithium cells in the back, and keep it separated. I didn't want to take the chance, especially if you wanted to drive it somewhere, even short distance. I don't want to take the chance getting the RPM up and burning up the electronics, factory wise.
Well, I mean, that's totally fine to do, but I mean, just as a point of reference,
Yeah, for sure.
One of our R&D vehicles was a 2005 Chevy Silverado, right?
Okay.
We had 415s in the back. The back seat was out and all the crew cab deal. And we put excess power D1400 AGM batteries in there. Mm-hmm. And those require a charging voltage of about 17.4 to be fully charged. I daily drove that truck for 3 years that way.
And no problems with the factory electronics. Well, that's good to know, because I hate to have to put another bracket with the alternator.
Again, excuse me, it depends on the vehicle. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, a big problem is the Chrysler LX vehicles, like Dodge Chargers, Challengers, Chrysler 300, that whole family of LX chassis Chrysler vehicles. You can't manipulate the voltage on there without, excuse me, hairball. You can't modify the voltage on those things without them going into what they call power saving mode.
Right.
Where they deactivate windows and things like that. There's not too many vehicles that are that way, but most of your standard Ford, GM, Dodge trucks and SUVs, which is what people. That's what they're putting big systems in.
Right. Aren't you glad, Cal? That stuff you don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
Simpler questions. What should I polish it with? Right.
I like machining. I like sourcing, manufacturing, but none of that.
We do too. We just got a 3D scanner, and that's the most cool toy ever.
Oh, I can't even look at those.
I can't even tell you all the dumb things we've scanned with that.
Right, just because you
can imagine.
You make a 3D model of somebody's. Anyway.
Right. So this is the time we've been doing a giveaway each week. We do the video on Sundays at 6 p.m. And one of the brands we have is called Black Diamond Audio, which originally was made by DS18. And I got the opportunity to basically take the line over. So, hey, I don't have to deal with it, make it, figure all that out. I was like, hell yeah, I'm your guy, right? So we're doing a big giveaway tonight. Ben, you want to throw up what the giveaway is? So they're getting some hybrids, which are neodymium tweeters, drivers, 6-inch, 4 of them, a 4-channel, and then some 12s with a big sub amp. So that's what we're giving away for the 12K YouTube giveaway. And then we still have the 13 coming up. So we'll do that this Sunday, and we'll see what happens with the subscriber list. I haven't checked today, but I know we were mid to upper 13s, but I might get a week of holding my wallet back. But we picked out the winner already. Let me get hold on, I got a button here for this.
Thanks, I'm the winner.
Hold on. Oh, that is. All right. Let's go ahead and get the winner announced for the 12K Black Diamond giveaway. And the winner is Kelvin Flowers.
That's not me.
Nope, not you. Hey, Big Jeff, I'm in Byron, Georgia. I would like to win this setup to put in my wife's car because we both love music, and this would keep her in her car and out of mine. Well, if that was the reason, I don't know what is. I'll tell you what, congratulations. Definitely hit our team up. We will get you shipped out for sure. I've had people, funny story, true story. We had a guy put in, and now we don't pick them because of the reason. Okay. It's just nice to have it. So we say you need to comment, name, location, why you should win. We had one that the guy said, if I win, I want to get to my best friend that's got kids, doesn't have the extra money to get a system. And I'm thinking, yeah, right. Okay. But he won and we gave it to him. His friend notified us with pictures. It was a real deal. His buddy got the stuff from him and was so excited. He's got kids. He hasn't had time or money to do his own install. He hasn't had it in years. And it was great to see that the giveaway actually came through for somebody. So congratulations to Calvin. Couple points we'll bring up and we got here. I got next week, same time, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. We have DS18. We have Sasha, the owner, Jason Martin, one of our sales reps, and Rob Fierro was nicknamed Mr. DS18, who's all over their social media, and a close friend of mine, John Snide. He is actually the kicker, Dynamat, Soundstream, Power Acoustic, Alpine, and like 5 other brands. He is the rep firm and has been actually one of the longest kicker reps, I think, known. He'll be on. And that's every Thursday. That'll be June 1st, 7:30 p.m. We also have that Memorial Day sale going on. We have the Solo X's in-house. We got tons of Mechman product. We just got a bunch from Cal, right? We're fully stocked, at least for this week, I would say. And we got it there. So make sure you check out bigjeffaudio.com. If you're a dealer or you're trying to start a shop, as long as you have a business, tax ID, something like a bank account to show you're actually a company and not somebody just trying to buy stuff for yourself and your friends, you can go to bigjeffaudio.com, fill out the application. I'm trying to find the next Big Jeff. That's the guy who started out of his house with no money and turn it into a multi-million-dollar company. So we're looking for you, and I'm there to help you. And if anybody's interested in coming on the podcast, what was this? Living Loud. So ask your friends, call Jeff. Thank you, Living Loud. We got tons of the Solo X's and we got regular L7s. We will have Andy coming up on the show, so look for that. If anybody's interested in coming on, or you have a manufacturer, buddy, or a company, or anybody, send an email to podcast@bigjeffaudio.com. Tell us who you are. We're definitely working with all the companies we work with and then some, but I'm interested into networking, meeting people. And Tony, Matt, I appreciate you guys coming on. You've been some ball busters, which I love, and I hope we can do this again. I hope our relationship continues to build and we get more and more of the product. I definitely want to get in on these new alternators. So as soon as they're ready, let me know. We'll get the order in right away. Cal, man, it is great to meet you. I am so happy we got your product. I can't sell the stuff I sell without your stuff, right? So I'm so stoked about this relationship. And I have a saying with everybody: if I get bigger, you get bigger. If you get bigger, I get bigger. And that's the way I try to network with every company I do, because we work this together. So yeah, you can go straight to Mechman's site, pick them up, or you can come to the Big Jeff site. Not really much of a difference, except I'll throw some swag in there and you can get some rewards points and add all your other car audio in there and get some kind of discount. But if you find something on their site and you need it, just contact. You can text, call, WhatsApp, all by 737 Big Jeff. And I have a full-time team from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday that will respond, answer the phones, and not let you sit there for 24 to 48 hours. So listen, I thank you guys so much. Thank you for making episode 3 another hit. And y'all have a good night and a safe Memorial Day.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks for not tasing us.
You guys saw that, huh? Come work with me for a day, right? We have some fun.
Hey, don't threaten me. Yeah.
All right. I'm Big Jeff Audio. Big Sound by Big Jeff. Signing off.
Thanks, guys. See you.
Big Jeff Audio.
Hey, mate.
Je ne sais quoi.
Big Jeff Audio.
Je ne sais quoi.